Okay, I'm gonna do an intro to my intro. Please don't mind my hands all over the freaking place. Like, I talk with my hands, it's so bad. And now I don't have nails, so I'm like fidgeting. It's so bad. I talk with my hands so much and I cannot fix that problem. Sorry, I'd have to tie my hands down, but that's how I talk. So you're gonna see a lot of this and a lot of this, and I apologize in advance. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Hey guys, it's been a hot minute. I'm probably gonna put up a video before this one, but that one was filmed like a few weeks ago. So this is probably like the most recent video, and I actually meant to film this video in the moment from when what I'm gonna talk about happened. But I was really just too emotional. Like, I literally was emotional. I was gonna be crying the entire video. And as much as I like to show my emotions, I just wouldn't have been, like, you wouldn't have been able to hear me, understand me, whatever. By the way, I'm probably gonna be looking at myself half the time, not at the camera, sorry. I'm on my lunch break. You might hear my AC running because it's hot AF here in Florida. So, I wanna say last week, well, now for those of you who don't know, it's 3, and this has been a trying age, I'd say, in the sense where there's more tantrum. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm speaking a little weird, it's because I have Invisalign on, so it kind of makes me talk a little funny. But anyway, so it's been a trying age in the sense where he is having tantrums, lots of yelling, lots of no's, lots of trying to hit, lots of not listening, wanting to do whatever the heck he wants, which I'm fine with as long as he's not hurting himself, you know? It's just been very tough. And I am a first-time mom, so I really don't know how to manage it. I feel like I'm failing sometimes because I'm getting out of character and doing things that I said I didn't want to do. For example, yelling at him, you know, just showing him a side of me that I did not want to show him because the way that I want to raise him is different. And I just have been stepping a lot out of character lately, and I don't like it. And he doesn't like it. And we've said a lot of I'm sorry's in this past, I don't know, month that he's been 3. A lot of hugs, a lot of kisses, and a lot of tears, right? I just wanted to make this video because nobody talks about this part of parenting, right? I always feel like when I got something under control and I have parenting under control, boom, here comes something else for me to try to figure out on my own, because of course you can take advice from everybody, but who's to say that your kid is going to react the same way that someone else's child does, right? So I want to say I've tried everything. I'm sure I haven't. And if anybody has any good techniques to deal with tantrums or just with behavior, because the thing is that when Noah gets to the point where he's like mad and he won't do anything, he won't do anything. Like, I'll try to tell him, hey, let's take a seat and let's take a break, let's breathe. He's like, no. So I've tried that. Putting him in timeout doesn't work. I'm getting out of character. I've been threatening him, saying he's not gonna have any gifts for Christmas, he's not gonna get to do this and that, which I don't want to do, but it's come out. I mean, I'm human. So I don't know what to do. At this point, I'm so lost. And I don't want this stage of his childhood to affect the rest of his life. So if you have any suggestions, any comments, any story that of anything that you've dealt with, of something that worked for you around this age, feel free to leave in the comments down below. But really, this video was just to let you mommies know that are dealing with like the horrible 3's, because he wasn't like this when he was 2. I mean, he had a few tantrums here and there, but he was really good actually when he was 2. That was the best age for me so far. He was so fun, you know. He still is himself. It's just added on top is all these little bumps in the road, and I know that it's hard for him to get his emotions out or manage his emotions. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, like how to help him manage those emotions. And it's even harder because he has two older brothers that he always wants to do what they're doing, or you know, there's some things he can't do, and he's very like, this is how I want it and this is what I want and I know what I want. He's not entitled, like he's not a little spoiled brat, but in the sense where like he knows what he wants. Like he's never gonna be like, I don't know. This video was more to let you moms out there know that it's normal. Everyone goes through it. I'm sure nobody really talks about it because this is not like the joyous side of parenthood. But I remember when another mom that I know, she put the same thing about like this age, because our sons are like a few weeks apart, I think like a month apart. And I said, oh my God, I'm going through the same exact thing. And we were able to vent, and it felt so good to know that somebody else is going through the same thing. And I always think it feels good to know that you're not alone. And I know that I'm not alone, but it's just nobody talks about it. Nobody puts it out there. Nobody, you know, and it's fine because not everybody wants to put their life out there. But I feel like, so I don't drive myself crazy that like I'm doing a terrible job, I do put myself out there because I do want advice, and it's hard because I'm harder on myself when it happens. Because of course I wish I was like the cookie cutter mom that, you know, everything is so perfect and no honey, don't do this. And it doesn't always happen that way because like him, I'm human, and I'm telling you, last week like was a really shitty week. Like it was so busy at work. So, and I was so tired, you know, coming back from my trip. And so it was just a really tough week. So that, like his behavior just like put me over the edge. Oh, so this is what happened. So I picked him up, I think it was on a Thursday, and when I got to the sitter, he hadn't taken a nap. So when he doesn't take a nap, I'm like, that's literally what triggers it, because other than that, he's okay. It's just when he doesn't take his naps, like by the end of the day, he is just like ticking time bomb. So when I got there, he was to the sitter to pick him up. He was not being very nice. He was hitting the other little girl, which he doesn't freaking do that. He was throwing his things. He wanted something that he couldn't have and started throwing a fit about it. Like I'm telling you, I was like, whose kid is this? Like, this is not my kid. And I was like, nothing that I did was working. Nothing that I did, nothing that the sitter did. And yeah, it was a little embarrassing for me because Noah is not known to be like that. Even in a household, like the sitter's like he's never like this. Basically, I'm attributing it to his age because, I mean, besides that and the fact that, you know, we did a move, which I'm sure affects him to a certain extent. I'm not sure if that's what's triggering it. I really don't know what it is. So then he didn't want to leave, or he didn't want to put on his shoes. So I pretended like I was leaving without him, and then of course that was another freaking tantrum. I finally got him in the car. He didn't want to be buckled in the car seat. He was screaming bloody murder. He didn't want me to put him in, and I was already, by this point, I was like so over it. And I usually have so much patience when it comes to him, but it's just been like a mix of everything, and I'm going through certain life changes, you know, that is affecting my mood and stuff. So it's just like, it's just been a tough time for us these past few months. So then when I finally was able to get him in the car seat, he was fine. And then when I drove off, and I don't know what he asked me for that he couldn't have, or I don't know, maybe it wasn't the answer that he wanted, I can't remember. But then he started screaming, and he was screaming and crying and kicking for like 10 minutes. And then I tried to like tell him it's okay. I tried to put some like lullaby Mozart music. He was screaming even louder. I tried to tell him, let me hold your hand. He didn't want to hold my hand. He didn't want to give me a kiss. And like, I don't know why I took that so personal. I know that it was not personal, but I took it so personal, and literally right there I started crying. I was crying, and I'm like, why are you so mean to mama? And I just want to love you, and I just want you to feel better. And like, I was literally in tears. I've never cried like that in front of him. And he literally stopped crying and was looking at me like, oh shit, like what do I do? Like, I'm the one that's supposed to be crying. And it was just like, I've never had that moment with him where we were both in tears. Like, where we both just had a really bad day, you know? And so my point in this is just to let other moms know that it happens. It's okay to go through the motions. Sometimes you need to take a breath. Sometimes you can't take a breath and you just yell or you just get angry, and it does not make you a shit mom. Like literally that day I felt like a shit mom because I did yell at him. I did get out of character. I didn't know what else to do. I felt so useless, and like if what I was doing, like I was failing in being a mom. And I know we all have those moments, but wow, like this age really is like, I'm taking it so personal, and I really shouldn't, because I know it's just going through the motions, but holy moly, I've been taking it so personal, like if I'm doing something wrong, and it's just so hard because you try your best and you know, you try to, for me at least, I try to be different than how things were back in the days. And not that anybody that follows that way is wrong, but I just really try not to get out of character, because with Noah, at least, like if he sees me yelling at him, he's gonna yell at me back. If I give him a little slap on his hand, he's gonna try to hit me back. Like that's his way of saying, okay, so when you're mad, you gotta hit. When you're mad, you have to yell. And I don't want him to learn that, and that's what he picks up. And I know this video is all over the place, I'm so sorry, but I just wanted to put my emotions out there. And if any other mom is going through it, you're not alone. My DMs are always open. I will leave my Snapchat in the screen below here, and it's always in the description box below. But let's talk. Let's throw around ideas or ways that we can help our little ones get through this time in their life, because I've heard from other parents that they've gone through the same thing too. 3's is really a tough year as far as their younger years. So I know I rambled and this video was all over the place, but I just want to let you guys know, as always, you moms are not alone. And feeling like you're not doing a great job, like that's totally normal, but remember the bigger picture. Like, I'm sure your kids are happy, they're fed, they have a roof over their head, you know, they're not missing anything. And even for me, it's even harder. I'm hard on myself because, and I know I spoke about this in a video, like when I first started my channel, and it still makes me very emotional because I work 40 hours a week and I feel like I don't spend enough time with him, and I feel like that's affecting him too, especially now that he's bigger. And it's just a mix of everything. So I don't know, this has been a very tough few months, and I know that we're gonna get over it, and I know that this is not forever. I guess basically I just came out here to vent, because see, like if I would have filmed this on that day that this happened, I would have been crying the entire video. You wouldn't have been able to understand shit. If you have any advice for me, I'm so open to anything. Please leave it down below. Or if you want to share a story, like I said, of something that worked for you or something that happened lately or recently that had you feeling like you weren't good enough, feel free to share it down below. We all have times like that and moments like that, but literally when I see his smile and when I see him so happy to see me, like I know I'm doing something right. And I'm just so hard on myself, and I need to stop, because I'm a damn good mom, and you all are good moms. And it sucks because I wish that we all got more credit than we do, and I'm sure it's not because people don't think that we're, you know, great moms and stuff, but people get caught up in life, and because we hold it down so much, you know, I feel like people don't think that they really need to tell somebody that they're doing a great job if they know that that person knows they're doing a great job, you know. So my advice is, if you know a mom, no matter if you know what her life is like with her kids or not, compliment her. Let her know she's not alone. That same day, or maybe the day after, this girl that I follow on Instagram, I went to school with her, she posted something on her Instagram, and I was like, damn, I really needed this today. Like, I really, really needed this today. And she said like the sweetest thing to me, and I just started crying because I'm like, I wish more moms were like this. I wish more people were like this. And she said, thank you. And she said, we're in this together, Mama Bear. And to her, I'm sure she didn't know how much that impacted me, but it just made me feel so good because we are in this together, and we all as moms have to help each other out and be there for each other, not judge anybody. And you know, I feel like if you think somebody's doing something wrong, or maybe if you don't like the way they're doing it, keep comments to yourself. But if you really feel like there's a way that you know you can help a mom, help her out. Like, don't judge her, don't, you know, talk behind her back. Like, we're literally in this together. And I don't think she knew how much I appreciated that comment. But if you're watching, I really did appreciate it, because it's always good to know that we're not in this alone, you know, that we're in this together. And it's always good when a woman tells another woman, you know, you're doing a damn good job, you know, like, even if I do that sometimes with my friends, that even that if I haven't spoken to them in a long time, I just say, you know, you're doing a damn good job, like, you're an awesome mom. Like, that's, for me at least, I love hearing that, because I know I'm a good mom. But hearing someone else tell me, it first of all always makes me emotional. I always freaking start crying, because it's just like, we work so hard and we do everything for everyone around us and our children. And it's like when you're at a job, you don't get the recognition and you bust your ass, and nobody ever tells you they appreciate you. When you know your boss appreciates you, you know that your coworkers appreciate you, but sometimes we need to hear it. And me, I like to hear it. It makes me feel better, and it just puts me in a good mood. It puts me in a good headspace. Not that I need validation from anybody to continue doing what I'm doing, but it is nice to hear it. I mean, my boyfriend thankfully has been really good about making me feel like, you know, I'm such an awesome mom. My mom, you know, will tell me, my sister, like, I have a lot of people in my life that will reach out and tell me, and every time someone says it, I just break down crying, because it's like, good, like, I know I've been doing good, but it's good that others notice, you know. And especially when it comes to parenting, where nowadays it's so much harder to raise a kid, because everything is scrutinized, everything is judged, everything is looked at, everything is like put under a microscope, like every little thing that you do when it comes to parenting. And it's like, if you don't do this, oh my god, you're shit mom. If you don't do that way, it's like, it's so much harder to be a parent now, whether it's a mom or a dad. And because you're always being judged, no matter what the hell it is that you do, you know. But anyway, I'm done. I've had enough emotion for my day. I know that I was being a big baby. It's also about to be that time of the month, so I'm pretty sure that's why my freaking emotions are all out of whack. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I made you sad. Sorry if I made you cry. Those weren't my intentions, but my intentions are to always show you guys the real side of me and the real side of my life. And my life is not perfect, and I don't live this world full of rainbows and cupcakes. And as much as I want my son to be 100% perfect and well behaved, and oh my god, he doesn't break a plate, can't say that, because he has rough days like everybody else does, you know. And it doesn't make him a bad child. It's just he's going through emotions, just like we all go through emotions. And it's like, we expect sensitivity and caution when we're upset, and when us as adults argue, I mean, not argue, or get upset or whatever, but then we crucify kids for having those emotions, you know. And it's just like, I know that there's boundaries, you know, between what a child can do and what an adult can do, but I feel like when it comes to emotions, especially because they're so little, they don't know how to freaking handle their emotions, you know. We need to be a little bit more sensitive. And sometimes, not that I forget that, but sometimes my patience wears very thin, and I step out of line but I always apologize. Always, 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 always apologize to him. I tell him what I'm apologizing for, and he will apologize back. He'll tell me what he's apologizing for, whether it's in the moment or 20 minutes later, he'll do it. So I think that's very important. Also, make sure you're apologizing to your kids, no matter what age they are, because it's just so important to let them know that their feelings matter, that they're not worthless, you know, they're human beings too. And I'm sure when you step out of character, it hurts them as well, you know. So I always make sure I apologize and say why I'm apologizing, and then give reasons behind my actions, you know, because it's not like, I don't know why I yelled at you, I don't know what the hell I'm mad about, you know. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will be more lighthearted and more fun. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.